Hey, what's going on, everybody? Good morning to everyone. There's something on my mind, and I just have to go ahead and get this out because I feel like it is important. And the topic for this video is offering empathy to those who are heartbroken, lost. I think that the most important thing, in a lot of ways, is whenever you're encountering someone that has gone through some type of heartache. I'm talking about somebody who has been let down, somebody who's been manipulated in a lot of ways, who has been used, triangulated, a person who has been sold a big bag of false goods by somebody who took advantage of their light, somebody who examined their light and decided that instead of trying to cherish that light and to keep it nice and bright, they decided to try to dim it, to prove something to themselves personally, or to get some type of revenge for a situation that happened to them in previous time that has nothing to do with the said person. But they feel like they want to have control over something. They feel they want to have some type of commanding situation over another person's emotions and feelings because they felt like somebody did that to them. I'm talking about this type of individual that is basically abandoned by this person after being told that they would never be hurt. This person sold them a dream that was completely false, filled with a bunch of manipulations, the push-pull dynamic, the hot and cold phases, the good cop, bad cop type of persona. And it's left this victim a complete wreck. This victim feels lonely. This victim feels truly heartbroken and manipulated, and they feel like they want to blame themselves in a lot of ways because typically these people who feel comfortable to do this, they usually have the gift of gab. They have a way of talking a certain way to these type of people, this type of person, to make them feel like it was all their fault, even though they laid the groundwork to make the dynamic imbalanced, to make the dynamic unfair, to make the dynamic a damn shame, to be honest with you. But yet, they found a way to twist it and flip it to make it to where the person feels responsible for them leaving them behind. But the person really didn't do anything wrong in most cases. And there is a such thing as reactive abuse, where you have a manipulator that is completely orchestrating another's destruction, orchestrating somebody's reactions to things, horrible things. So they know that they would never want to be done to them personally, but they're doing it to somebody else because, again, they want to have power over the said person's emotions. They want to be the thought police is what they want to do with this person. And then once they get their jollies off, they get this person to give everything, and I mean emotionally, physically, everything, trying to give their all to maintain this relationship basically by themselves. And the bad person who's doing this is sitting back, laughing with friends and family, laughing with third parties, people who they're talking to on the side, people they're sleeping with, whatever the case may be. They're laughing at this person, and the innocent person, has no idea that this is happening. The person may have never really been involved in a relationship, or not to this degree, not to this extent. And so when this manipulator comes into the situation, they promise this person so many things. They show this person a beautiful picture at first, and they really do get this person to believe. But then when they pull back the rug, when they pull back the illusion, and then start to give poor treatment, start to give gaslighting type of tactics, doing things and then denying that they ever did it, saying things, denying that they ever said it, or telling the person that they're too sensitive, telling the person that they're just looking for problems in this relationship so they can start fights, which is not true. The victim is just simply trying to get some understanding of why the changes are happening. Why are the changes coming through now? Why are the changes coming from such a drastic measure from this one person who seemed to be so sweet and nice? But that's how they get you. That's how they get these type of people. is offering a really awesome approach, offering a very good entrance, and then retracting that really good behavior, that kindness, that acceptance. It was all false narrative in order to serve them in some way, shape, or form. Maybe they had just got out of a piss poor relationship beforehand, and they lied to this person, told them that they had been single for a long time or years, when that's just simply not true. No, actually, it was not. They had just got out of a relationship in most cases, within a 6-month period, most likely. But they lied to this person, telling them that, oh, I've been single for a long time, and, I've never met someone like you. They're going to tell them these things and build up their heart, build up their trust, going far and beyond for them at first. But then as the honeymoon phase slowly starts to dissipate, and then we get into that devaluation stage, which is the middle portion, the longest portion of the relationship. Yeah, they start to show their ass. They start to show exactly who they are as a person, which is not so nice. It's pretty mean and ugly. But finding a clever way of masking it, and then, doing something, and then, washing it away with some type of excuse, some type of situation that may have happened to them, or whatever the case may be. Always using basically events that are around them to always excuse their current behavior to this person. But here's the thing. They find a way to maintain a fairness with certain people in their lives, no matter what they're going through. If they're going through unemployment, if there is some type of, inconvenience that has happened in their life, or maybe their car breaks down, or whatever the case may be, there's a certain group of people that they always show effort into, and they show respect to, they show love towards. But when it comes to this person that they're dating, they use any and everything to basically pass on this really bad treatment. They do that. They use any type of inconvenience as a license to mistreat this person. So when they leave this person and they abandon them in some way, shape, or form, that leaves such a heartbreak. I'm telling you what, especially the person's never experienced this before, which is narcissistic abuse. This person's heartbroken. They probably are lost. They feel like they don't have any purpose, which is true, because the narcissist will have that person on a huge hamster wheel doing different tasks, bending the knee, bending over backwards to try to maintain a connection. And then once they're given their walking papers, they feel as if they don't have much to be happy about afterwards. They feel like, they made the narcissist their life in a lot of ways by always being at their beck and call, always being at their family events or whatever the case may be, but it was never reciprocated. Or maybe the said person doesn't have much of a big family. Maybe they don't have gatherings and stuff, so okay. But still, they gave up a lot of time in order to be with this other person. But this person has had their fun, and now they're done. They're ready to move on to other ventures or whatever the case may be. And so this person just feels like, what can they do? What can they do moving forward? And yes, this is when a person may try to open up to people. But if you are one of these people who happens to be approached by this type of person, if you've known them for a while, and they try to open up to you, try to explain what happened, can I just offer this advice? Please try your best to extend your heart to them. Try your best to extend your empathy towards them. Because what you say can either deeply impact them in some way, shape, or form going forward, trying to get past this heartbreak. You know what I mean? Don't be so quick to use the cliche, get over it, move on, or try to shame them for having these feelings of heartbreak and loss, feeling of not knowing what to do afterwards. Don't do that. Please don't do that. Share your empathy with that person. Share it. And if you've had an experience that's similar, don't be afraid. Don't be proud to share that with them. Because You making those type of decisions of being able to extend an olive branch to show this person that, hey, I've been through this too. I myself have been through this too. And this is what I did in order to get past that heartbreak. I'm telling you, it can have profound, good, positive effects on that person. And they will really appreciate you for doing that. I'm telling you. I myself have been through heartbreaks before. And there's been some incredible people that have come into my life that have shared their experiences with me and have given me such good, solid advice, knowledge, given me self-love practices to do to help me to understand my self-worth and to reclaim my self-love, my self-acceptance again, and also have slowly been able to help me to be open to the idea of love again, of wanting to be with somebody and wanting to give my all to somebody again, if it's the right person, if it's the right circumstance. Another situation, if we're going to get out of the romantic side of things, there's also a side where someone has lost someone to death. Person who's grieving, they've lost a significant partner, they've lost a mother figure, a father figure, they've lost a brother, a sister, someone that's truly dearly important to them. And now that the person's passed away, the person may not understand about spirituality just yet. They may not understand the idea of death just yet. And they feel like maybe God is punishing them in some way, shape, or form, trying to forsake them in some way. But that's not true. The person's just been called to home. The person has just simply exchanged currency. That's what's happened, you know? And the person may not understand of how to really get past it, how to keep going. If you yourself encounter someone like this, and you've encountered death yourself, or somebody, you lost somebody important in your life, please extend your olive branch to them. Be willing to talk with them. If you got time in your hands, be willing to talk with them and share your story of who you've lost. Someone that you lost dearly, that meant so much to you, but yet you were able to pick up the pieces and to acquire the right instruments to help you to proceed forward in life. Especially when we're talking about faith. Maybe you've taken on some type of faith that speaks to your soul, that speaks to your mind, that speaks to your heart. And has helped you to accept the loss, accept the death. So that way you can continue to live and continue to live your life in such a way that can make that said person proud, that can make that person who's passed away proud of you. Their spirit will be proud of you. I'm telling you. I do it every day. I do it every day. I have 3 specific people that I know is watching me and I know who's got my back. That would be my grandma, my mom, my dad. Those 3 people I know are watching over me, and I will never forget them. I always feel them everywhere I go. So, the importance of giving empathy means a lot. It may not seem like it when you're talking to someone and you're kind of in a quick hurry, but I'm telling you, the words that you choose, the mannerisms that you choose to give to that person in these said situations, whether we're talking about simple heartbreak or grief or the person feeling lost, whatever you choose to do will have an impact on that person, whether you know it or not. It will have an impact of positive change, positive aspects of that person, or it can offer a bleak, negative type of reaction of how that person views things, of how that person thinks that maybe they can't talk to anybody about heartbreak or loss. You don't want that person to have that type of feeling. Please don't, because I'm pretty sure you would not want that either whenever you've gone through some type of heartbreak or loss. So please, always be willing to have an open heart with people who are in desperate need of some type of reassurance that things are going to be all right after some type of devastating loss. Because I promise you, you will be blessed for doing that. You will get positive energy. You will not get karma. You will get dharma. Okay? That's all I have to say for this video. I hope everyone has a lovely day, okay? Bye-bye.